For 5 days, the new student ate lunch alone. Nobody ignored him on purpose. They were simply busy with their own friends. Then, one empty chair changed everything. But to understand why, we need to go back to Yusuf's first day at school. The hallways buzzed with laughter and conversation. Students hurried to class while friends greeted each other after the weekend. Everyone seemed to know where they belonged. Everyone except Yusuf. As students reunited with friends and rushed to their classrooms, Yusuf stood quietly by himself, surrounded by unfamiliar faces. New school, new classmates, no friends. He felt completely alone. As Bassem walked toward his classroom, he noticed the unfamiliar boy standing by himself, nervous, unsure, lost. Then the bell rang. Students rushed into their classrooms and the moment passed.
Good morning, everyone. Before we begin, I'd like you to meet our new student. This is Yusuf.
Every student turned toward the front of the room. Yusuf stepped forward.
Why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
My name is Yusuf. I moved here recently.
He stopped speaking and looked down. He wasn't sure what else to say. A few students smiled politely. Then the lesson began. Within minutes, most students returned to their normal routines. During recess, football games started across the playground. Friends laughed together and gathered in groups. Yusuf sat alone beneath a tree, watching, waiting, hoping someone would talk to him. Nobody did. The next day wasn't much different. During science class, students were asked to work in pairs.
Choose a partner.
Chairs moved immediately. Friends paired with friends. Conversations filled the room. Within seconds, everyone had a partner. Everyone except Yusuf. He remained standing beside his desk, looking around, waiting, trying not to look disappointed. The teacher quickly added him to another group. But Bassem noticed the look on Yusuf's face, the look of someone who felt left out. The days continued. Yusuf sat alone at lunch, walked alone between classes, watched football games from the sidelines. Nobody was being mean to him. They were simply busy with their own friends, their own groups, their own routines. Sometimes people don't mean to leave someone out. They just forget to include them. Then came the 6th day. The cafeteria was crowded with students. Laughter and conversation filled the room. Yusuf entered carrying his lunch tray. He looked around. Every table seemed full, every group already complete. So he sat alone once again. Across the room, Bassem looked up. Then he noticed something. An empty chair. Just one chair. One simple opportunity. For a moment he hesitated. What if it felt awkward? What if Yusuf didn't want to join them? Then another thought crossed his mind. What if Yusuf had been waiting all week for someone to ask? Before he could change his mind, Bassem stood up. He walked across the cafeteria, straight toward Yusuf.
Hey. Hi. We have an empty chair at our table. Want to join us?
Yusuf looked surprised, as if he wasn't expecting anyone to ask.
Really? Of course.
For the first time all week, Yusuf smiled. A real smile.
Thanks.
Together they walked back to the table. The conversation started slowly. Then it became easier. One student asked about his old school. Another asked about his favorite football team. Soon everyone was talking. The empty chair wasn't empty anymore. Neither was Yusuf's day. Over the following weeks, everything changed. Yusuf joined football games. He made friends. He laughed more. He finally felt like he belonged. One afternoon after school, Yusuf turned to Bassem.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
My first week here was really difficult. I thought nobody wanted me around. Then you invited me to sit with you. That changed everything.
Bassem was surprised, because to him it had seemed like a small thing, but to Yusuf it meant the world. A few days later, another new student arrived. The boy stood nervously in the hallway, alone. Before Bassem could move, Yusuf stood up.
Hey, want to sit with us at lunch?
The new student's face lit up immediately. And just like that, kindness continued its journey, from one person to another, like a chain nobody could see. Every school has someone standing alone, someone hoping to be noticed. The question is not whether that person exists. The question is whether you will be the one who notices them. Because kindness often begins with a choice so small that most people never see it.